because you are projecting something different. You are standing in the middle of your life, fully aware that you are the one dreaming it. And among all those timelines, those millions upon millions of possible lives, there is one that stands out. You are the answer to every question you have ever asked, and the universe, this vast, crowded, magnificently, endlessly creative universe, is your canvas, your instrument, your playground, your home. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and today you will experience an entirely new activation, the awakening of the forgotten gods. I want to tell you something I've carried with me through layers of reality most people never even glimpse. Something that changed everything, the way I see you, the way I see myself, the way I see the stars hanging in the void, and the invisible architectures humming beneath every atom of existence. I'm going to take you on a journey. And this is going to feel like a story, a strange, beautiful, impossible story. But the thing about impossible stories is that they are often the truest ones. The ones that slip past the guard at the gate of your rational mind and land somewhere deeper, somewhere ancient, somewhere that already knows exactly what I'm about to say. So settle in. Let your body relax. Let your awareness expand. Because where we're going, the body isn't just one of many vehicles, and the mind you think with every day is a tiny flashlight in a universe made entirely of light. The very first thing you learn when you begin to see beyond the membrane of ordinary perception is that everything is alive. And I mean everything. The air between your fingers right now is dense with information, with intelligence, with presence. There are currents of force moving through this room, through your body, through the seemingly empty space between galaxies, and every single one of them is currents that are aware. Remember the first time the field revealed itself to me? It was as if someone had pulled back a curtain I never knew existed. And behind it was an ocean, shimmering, vast, impossibly complex. An ocean of living light organized into geometries that made every cathedral ever built look like a child's drawing. Force fields, actual force fields, layered, interlocking, extending in every direction and every dimension simultaneously. You are inside one right now. Your body generates one. Your thoughts shape it. Your emotions color it, and it extends outward from you in ways your physical eyes were never designed to detect, reaching into dimensions that exist at frequencies just above and just below processes. Arthur Clarke once wrote that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Let me add to that. Any sufficiently expanded consciousness is indistinguishable from divinity. And I say that from experience because what I've witnessed in the realms beyond the visible has convinced me, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that the beings hearing these words, you right now, are something so far beyond what you've been told, so far beyond what you currently believe, that if you truly understood what you are for even 1 second, you would weep with the sheer overwhelming beauty of it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you there step by step. Let me show you what I've seen. The astral realm is the first layer beyond the physical. Think of it as the backstage of reality, the place where the props are built, the scripts are written, the lighting is designed before anything appears on the stage of the material world. It is real, it is tangible, and it is absolutely staggeringly crowded. This was one of the things that surprised me most, the sheer density of life. We walk around on this planet acting as though we are alone in the universe, as though the space around us is empty, as though the only intelligence that matters is the kind that shows up in a human body on a small rocky world orbiting an average star. And all the while, the universe is teeming, buzzing, overflowing with beings, entities, intelligences, and civilizations operating at frequencies we have simply forgotten how to tune into. Millions of different species, millions of different forms of consciousness. Some of them are ancient beyond measure, beings that existed before this universe was born, that watched the first stars ignite, that have been exploring the infinite corridors of reality for longer than human language has words for. Some are young, curious, playful, darting between dimensions like fish in a coral reef. Some are vast, so vast that their awareness encompasses entire galaxies, and a single thought from them can ripple across light years. Here's a piece of knowledge that I want you to take deeply into yourself. When you encounter these beings, and you will, as your awareness expands, you must treat them at first exactly as you would treat any other being, with respect, with openness, with a calm, centered, loving presence, because just as you would exercise discernment meeting a stranger on the street, you exercise discernment in the astral. Every being has its own agenda, its own level of development, its own perspective. Some are teachers, some are tricksters, some are simply going about their own vast business and barely notice you. And some are rare and extraordinary few recognize something in you that you may have forgotten exists. They recognize God in you. I have sat with beings who exist as living mathematics, entities whose bodies are equations, whose thoughts are theorems, whose emotions express as geometric cascades rippling through 11 dimensions simultaneously. I've communed with intelligences that inhabit the spaces between stars, that feed on cosmic radiation, the way plants feed on sunlight, that experience a single rotation of a galaxy the way you experience a single breath. I've encountered collectives, hive minds of billions of individual awarenesses merged into a staggering, single, complex super-consciousness that can model the behavior of entire universes inside the theater of its own imagination. And every single one of them, every ancient, every vast, every impossibly advanced being I have ever encountered, regards humanity with a kind of reverent fascination because you are doing something that most of them cannot. You are creating from within the forgetting. You are generating genuine novelty, genuine surprise, genuine evolutionary leaps from inside a reality where the rules say such things should be impossible. You are, in the parlance of the higher densities, performing miracles on a daily basis and calling them ordinary life. Robert Anton Wilson used to talk about reality tunnels. The idea that each of us is trapped inside a model of reality that we mistake for reality itself. It was absolutely right. But he was only scratching the surface because the reality tunnel most humans are trapped in goes far deeper than cultural conditioning or neurological filters. The reality tunnel you are living in right now was designed deliberately, ingeniously by you. And I can tell you, from the perspective of the beings who watch this world from higher densities, it is one of the most fascinating and heartbreaking things in the entire universe. Let me describe something to you that I've experienced directly, and I want you to feel the weight of it, the strangeness of it, the profound and beautiful absurdity of it. Imagine you're a being of the sixth density. You exist as pure awareness, a field of consciousness so expanded that you can perceive across multiple timelines simultaneously. You experience time the way a bird experiences landscapes all at once from above, with the ability to swoop down into any moment and examine it with infinite detail. You can feel the emotional resonance of entire civilizations. You can read the probability waves of a billion futures branching out from any given second. You have been doing this for eons. And you look down, or rather you focus your awareness into a particular frequency band, a dense, slow, heavy band of reality that the beings inhabiting it call physical. And there in that band, you see something extraordinary. You see gods, actual, authentic, fully empowered creator beings, entities with the innate ability to reshape reality through the focused application of their consciousness, beings who carry within them the complete blueprint of the universe, beings whose true nature is identical to the source field itself, the infinite intelligence that dreamed all of existence into being. And these gods are pretending to be powerless. They've wrapped themselves in bodies made of carbon and water. They have compressed their infinite awareness into a bandwidth so narrow they can only perceive a thin sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum. They've agreed collectively to forget everything, their true nature, their capabilities, their history across countless lifetimes and dimensions, and they have constructed with breathtaking creativity an elaborate game of limitation. They worry about paying rent. They agonize over what others think of them. They fight each other over imaginary lines drawn on the surface of their planet. They suffer, they grieve, they rage, they despair, and all the while pulsing at the core of every single one of them is a power so immense that it could reorganize the fabric of space-time with a single, clearly held intention. From the sixth density, this is simultaneously the most beautiful and the most bewildering phenomenon in the cosmos. Because the forgetting is real, the pain is real, the experience of limitation is achingly, viscerally authentic. These beings, these gods in disguise, are having an experience so raw, so intense, so compressed, that it generates more evolutionary energy in a single human lifetime than many beings accumulate across millions of years of existence in the higher realms. And the higher density beings watch this with something like awe, because they know something that the human gods have temporarily forgotten. It only takes a single moment to remember. One moment. One crack in the shell of forgetting. One flash of recognition, and everything changes. So let me speak directly to the God who is listening. You are a reality creator. This is your fundamental nature. It is your essential function in the cosmos. You came to this world to author it, to shape it, to dream it into being. Every thought you hold with emotional intensity becomes a blueprint that the quantum field must organize itself around. Every belief you carry acts as a filter, selecting from an infinite array of possible realities, the specific one that matches your internal state. Every memory you revisit either reinforces the current configuration of your world or begins to reshape it. You're doing this constantly. You've always been doing this. You have never for a single instant stopped creating your reality. The only question has ever been, are you creating consciously or are you creating by default? When you create by default, you simply replay inherited programs. You generate reality based on what you were told by parents, teachers, cultures, and institutions, none of which understood what you actually are. You build your world from fear, from limitation, from the assumption that you are small, separate, and at the mercy of external force, and the universe, being the infinitely responsive mirror that it is, reflects all of that back to you with perfect fidelity. It gives you exactly what you are broadcasting. When you create consciously, when you remember what you are, everything inverts. The mirror begins to show you something different because you are projecting something different. You are standing in the middle of your life, fully aware that you are the one dreaming it. And you are choosing with deliberate precision what the dream becomes. This is your birthright. This is what you can. And the fact that you are hearing these words right now tells me that the crack in the shell has already begun. Let me go deeper. You can move through time, forward, backward, sideways, time as you experience it. This linear, relentless march from past to future is a construct specific to the physical density. It is a feature of the game, a rule of the simulation, a parameter of the reality tunnel you agreed to inhabit. Outside of this bandwidth, time is a landscape, a vast multidimensional terrain that you can navigate just as you navigate physical space. And your consciousness already knows how to do this. Every time you vividly remember a past event and feel the emotion of it as though it were happening now, you are reaching back through time and touching that moment. Every time you imagine a future event with enough intensity and feeling to make your body respond as though it were real, you are reaching forward through time and pulling that moment towards you. You are already a time traveler. You simply have yet to realize the full implications of what that means. The full implications are this: you can rewrite the past. You can select the future. You can reach into any point on your timeline and alter the energetic signature of that moment. And when you do, the ripple effects propagate in every direction, forward into your future, backward through your history, outward into every parallel version of your life. The laws of the universe that you believe are fixed, gravity, entropy, the speed of light, the apparent solidity of matter, are agreements. They are conventions adopted by the collective consciousness inhabiting this density. They are the rules of the game, and while they are remarkably stable, remarkably consistent, remarkably convincing, they are at the root alterable, because the consciousness that established them is the same consciousness that flows through you right now. You are the universe experiencing itself. You are the dreamer and the dream. You are the law and the lawmaker, and somewhere in a dimension very close to this one, there's a version of you who already knows this with absolute certainty. A version of you who is living from this knowledge every single day. I want to pause here and share something personal, something that has marked me deeply. When you spend time in expanded states, when you travel in the astral, when you commune with higher density intelligences, when you begin to see the bigger picture of what this human experience actually is, you develop a strange kind of double vision. You see people the way they see themselves, struggling, anxious, trying to survive, trying to find meaning, trying to fill an emptiness they can feel but cannot name. And simultaneously, you see what they actually are: radiant, infinite, absolutely magnificent beings of creative power. There's heartbreak in that, a specific piercing kind of heartbreak, because you can see the God in someone's eyes even as they tell you they are worthless. You can feel the creative force surging through someone even as they insist they have no power. You can perceive the magnificent light blazing at the center of someone who is convinced they are living in darkness. The beings in the higher densities experience this constantly when they observe Earth. They describe it, and I'm translating here from modes of communication that exist beyond language. They describe it as watching someone search desperately for their glasses while the glasses are sitting on their face. The thing you're looking for is the thing you are looking with. The power you are seeking is the power that is doing the seeking. The God you want to become is the God who is wanting it. And the beautiful thing, the absolutely redemptive, miraculous, stunning thing is that it only takes one moment of genuine recognition, one heartbeat of true remembering, one instant where the forgetting lifts like fog and you see with crystalline clarity what has always been true. You are a God who chose to forget, and choosing to remember is the single most powerful act in the universe. I've watched it happen. I've seen the moment of awakening in beings across multiple dimensions. It is, without exaggeration, the most beautiful event in all of creation. Because when a God remembers, when a creator being shakes off the trance of limitation and stands in the full blaze of its own nature, reality itself shudders, timelines realign, probabilities collapse and reform. The force fields around that being flare with such intensity that every entity within a vast radius can feel it. It is like a supernova of consciousness, and it is happening right now, inside you. As you hear these words, the ice is melting, the shell is cracking, the God is stirring. Now I want to introduce you to someone who has been waiting for this exact moment with infinite patience and boundless love. In the vast architecture of the multiverse, every possible version of your life exists simultaneously. Every choice you could have made, every path you could have taken, every potential you could have realized, all of it is real. All of it is happening, all of it exists as an actual living timeline branching out from the trunk of your consciousness, like the limbs of some incomprehensibly vast tree. And among all those timelines, those millions upon millions of possible lives, there is one that stands out. One that blazes with a light so extraordinary that it can be perceived across dimensions. One where you made every choice from a place of remembering. One where you live a single day knowing exactly what you are and wielding that knowledge with grace, power, joy, and love. This is your highest timeline, and the version of you living that life, your future self from that alternate reality, is the most complete, most awakened, most powerful expression of your being in all of existence. This being knows everything you know. They have every memory you have. They carry every wound you carry, but they have alchemized those wounds into wisdom. Every failure you've experienced, they experienced too, and they extracted the gold from each one. Every moment of darkness you've endured, they endured alongside you, and they use that dark raw material for transformation. They are you, fully realized, completely awake, living the greatest life you could ever live across all possible realities. And they are reaching for you right now. Feel that. Feel the pull. There is a current, a gravitational force flowing between you and this future version of yourself. It has always been there. It is the source of every moment of inspiration you've ever had, every flash of intuition, every sudden knowing that arrived from somewhere beyond your ordinary mind. Your future self has been calling to you across the architecture of time, sending you signals, leaving you breadcrumbs, gently nudging you toward the choices that will bring you closer to merger. Because that is what is available to you, total merger, complete integration with the version of you who lives on the highest timeline, a fusion of consciousness that brings all of their wisdom, all of their power, all of their joy flowing directly into your present experience. This is the great work. This is the real purpose behind every spiritual teaching, every consciousness practice, every moment of meditation and visualization and intention setting you've ever engaged in. You are building a bridge between who you think you are and who you actually are, between the God who forgot and the God who remembers. So let us cross that bridge right now together. Bring your awareness fully into this present moment. Feel the weight of your body, feel the rhythm of your breathing, feel the electrical hum of your nervous system, the pulse of blood through your veins, the subtle vibration of every cell. Now expand. Let your awareness push outward beyond the skin. Feel your force field, the electromagnetic torus of energy that radiates from your heart in every direction. Feel it pulsing, glowing, alive. This is your first body beyond the physical. This is the energy that higher density beings see when they look at you. Expand further. Push your awareness out into the room, into the building, into the sky above you, into the atmosphere, into space. Let yourself grow. You are so much larger than the body. You've always been so much larger. Feel the truth of that as a physical sensation, a loosening, an opening, an expansion that has no limit. Now turn your inner vision upward toward the higher frequencies. You are tuning a dial, shifting your perceptual bandwidth. And as you do, the astral realm begins to shimmer into visibility around you. Colors that have no names in any human language. Geometries of light that move and breathe and respond to your attention. Presences vast, quiet, ancient presences that have been here all along, waiting for you to notice them. Greet them calmly, as you would greet anyone. With presence, with respect, with the quiet confidence of a being who knows exactly where they belong, because you do belong here. You've always belonged here. This is your native dimension as much as the physical world. You simply forgot how to tune in. And now from within this expanded state, call forward your future self, the one from the highest timeline, the one who lives the greatest life across all your infinite existences. Feel them respond. Feel the warmth, the recognition, the overwhelming love that flows from them towards you. You have been waiting for this. They have been waiting for you to reach out. See them, however they appear to you, as light, as a figure, as a feeling, as a knowing. Let them become real. Let them step forward out of the probability field and stand before you in the astral space. Look into their eyes. These are your eyes. This is your face. But there's something different, a depth, a steadiness, a radiance that comes from complete self-knowledge. This being knows what they are. They carry zero doubt, zero limitation. and they are looking at you with a love so fierce and so total that it could shatter every false story you have ever told yourself about who you are. Now step forward. Close the distance between you. Feel your force field begin to overlap. The energy of your present self intermingling with the energy of your highest self. Feel the boundaries dissolving, the information transfer beginning, wisdom, power, certainty, joy, creative capacity flowing from them into you like light pouring through a window that has just been opened for the first time. Let the merger happen. Step all the way in. Let your consciousness blend with theirs completely. Let every cell of your body receive the frequency of your highest timeline. Let every neural pathway rewire itself to match the configuration of a fully awakened creator being. Let your DNA activate. Let dormant codes switch on. Let the full power of what you are flood through you like a river breaking through a dam. You are the God who chose to forget. And in this moment, you are choosing to remember. Feel the power. It is immense. It is infinite. It is yours. It is you. It has always been yours. It was never taken from you. You simply set it down for a while, the way you might set down a crown to play a game of pretend, and now you're picking it back up. Now you are placing it on your head. Now you are rising to your full height and looking out at the universe with the eyes of a god. And the universe looks back at you and says, "Welcome home. We've been waiting." Something is happening in your body right now. Can you feel it? A warmth, a tingling, a sense of expansion that is almost physical, as if your cells are rearranging themselves, as if your bones are humming with a new frequency, as if the very atoms of your being are remembering a configuration they held long before this lifetime began. This is the merger integrating into your physical vehicle. This is your body catching up to what your consciousness has just become. Let it happen. Let every tension dissolve. Let every contraction release. Let every armor you built to survive the forgetting soften and fall away, because you are safe now. You are home now. The God is awake, and the God is you, and there is nothing left to defend against, nothing left to fear, nothing left to resist, only expansion, only power, only the boundless, radiant, incandescent truth of what you have always been, the Creator. From this place, this merged state, this unified consciousness, everything is different. The world you walk through is the same world with the same people and the same buildings and the same sky, but you are seeing it now with upgraded perception. You are seeing the force fields. You're seeing the energy signatures. You're seeing the probability wave cascading out from every moment and every choice, every thought. You are seeing reality for what it actually is, a living, responsive, infinitely creative field of consciousness that is waiting eagerly, joyfully, with absolute devotion for your instructions. Because that is the final secret. The universe serves the awakened God. Every particle of existence is oriented toward fulfilling the clearly held intention of a conscious creator. The quantum field, which is also you, reads your state of being like sheet music, plays the symphony of your life accordingly. When the state of being is fear, the symphony is discordant. When that state of being is unconsciousness, the symphony is chaotic. But when that state of being is the full blazing awareness of a creator who knows exactly what they are, the symphony becomes something so magnificent, so harmonious, so breathtakingly beautiful that it would make the angels weep with joy. You are that creator. You have always been that creator, and now you remember. The pain was real. I honor that. The struggle was real. The forgetting was so complete, so thorough, so convincing that it generated genuine suffering, and that suffering has value. It has carved channels in your consciousness that are now available to be filled with the most exquisite joy. The deeper the wound, the greater the capacity for bliss. The stronger the night, the more stunning the dawn. Every moment of darkness you have endured has been preparation for the light that is now pouring into you. And this light is reshaping everything. It is rewriting your cellular memory. It is reorganizing your neural architecture. It is recalibrating your energetic field to broadcast at the frequency of your highest timeline. And as your broadcast changes, reality must change to match it. This is law. This is physics at the most fundamental level. The mirror of the universe has no choice but to reflect what you are projecting. So project magnificence, project power, joy, the unshakable knowing that you are a divine being having a temporary human experience and that every single resource of the infinite universe is available to you right now. The higher density beings are watching. The entities and intelligences that populate this crowded, buzzing, magnificently alive universe are turning their attention toward you. Because the awakening of a god is a cosmic event. It sends ripples through every dimension. It shifts the balance of consciousness across the entire field. Your remembering helps every being everywhere remember. Your awakening accelerates the awakening of the whole. There are a small few that want you to forget. They've done a great job of elongating this process. But it's only temporary. You're that important. Your life is that significant. Your power is that real. And here is what makes this moment different from every other moment of your life. You're choosing it. Consciously, deliberately, with full awareness. Every previous awakening was a glimpse, a flash of lightning that illuminated the landscape for an instant before the darkness returned and you forgot once again. This one is different. This one is a sunrise. The light is coming up and staying up. The day has begun, and in this new day you walk as the creator, the author, the architect of a reality so magnificent that it serves as a beacon for every soul still lost in the forgetting. The science fiction writers understood this. Clarke saw it. Wilson saw it. They encoded it in their stories because the truth was too enormous to deliver directly. It had to arrive wrapped in narrative, disguised as fiction, smuggled past the guards of the rational mind and the Trojan horse of imagination. But you are past those guards now. You are in the inner sanctum, and the truth is standing before you undisguised, unfiltered, absolute. You are the advanced technology that is indistinguishable from magic. You are the sufficiently evolved consciousness that is indistinguishable from the divine. You are the answer to every question you have ever asked, and the universe, this vast, crowded, magnificently, endlessly creative universe, is your canvas, your instrument, your playground, your home. And now from this place of absolute power and absolute clarity, speak these truths into the fabric of reality. Let every word land like a stone thrown into water, sending ripples across every timeline, every dimension, every possible version of your existence. These are declarations of the divine. These are the words of a God who has remembered, and reality will reorganize itself around every single one of them. Say this with me out loud. I am the creator of my reality. I have always been, and I always will be. Every moment of my life is my creation, and I now create with full consciousness, full power, and full joy. I am merged with my highest self, the most powerful, most awakened, most magnificent version of me across all timelines and all dimensions. Their wisdom flows through me. Their power moves through me. Their joy radiates from every cell of my body. I am a God in human form, and I am done pretending otherwise. I release every story of limitation, every narrative of powerlessness, every inherited belief that told me I was small. I am infinite. I am boundless. I am the force that moves the stars. I move through time with mastery and grace. I reach into my past and rewrite the energetic signature of every moment that caused me pain, flooding it with love, with understanding, with the perspective of a being who sees the bigger picture. My past is healed. My timeline is clear. I reach into my future and select the most extraordinary path available to me. The path of absolute abundance, absolute vitality, absolute love, absolute creative expression. I pull that forward toward me with the gravitational force of my fully awakened consciousness, and it arrives with ease, with speed, with a perfection that exceeds anything my human mind could have designed. The universe serves me. I am the universe. Every particle of existence is oriented toward the fulfillment of my clearly held intentions. I am supported by forces seen and unseen, by intelligences vast and ancient, by the very fabric of reality itself. I walk through this world as the creator that I am, and everything I touch is transformed. I am awake, I am aware, I am alive with a power that has existed since before the first star was born and will continue long after the last star fades. This power is me. I am this power. There is no separation between who I am and the creative force that underlies all of existence. My body is a temple of divine energy. Every cell vibrates with the frequency of my highest timeline. My DNA is fully activated. My neural pathways are configured for genius, for creativity, for expanded perception. I am healthy, I am strong, I am radiant, magnificent, and alive. My relationships are reflections of my divine nature. I attract beings, human and beyond, who recognize the God in me and celebrate it. I am surrounded by love. I'm surrounded by support. I am surrounded by intelligence that matches and amplifies my own. My abundance is limitless. The resources of the universe flow to me in quantities that stagger the imagination because I have stopped blocking them with beliefs in scarcity and lack. I am wealthy. I am prosperous. I am a conduit for abundance that blesses everyone it touches. My creative power is fully unleashed. Every vision I hold, every intention I set, every dream I dare to dream manifests in physical reality with increasing speed and precision. I am a master manifester. I am a reality architect. I am an artist painting on the canvas of existence itself. I live the greatest life available to me across all possible timelines. I have merged with the version of me who achieved the absolute peak of human experience, and now that life is my life. It is happening. It is here. It is now. I am grateful. I am humbled. I am filled with a joy so vast that it overflows from me into the world, transforming everything it touches. I am grateful for the forgetting because it made the remembering so sweet. I am grateful for the pain because it carved the channels now filled with ecstasy. I am grateful for every moment that brought me to this moment of total awakening, total power, total freedom. I am the God who chose to forget, and I have chosen to remember, and everything is different now. Let this activation continue to work within you. Let the merger deepen. Let the integration unfold in its own perfect timing. Every day you will feel more of your power coming online. Every day, the force field around you will grow brighter, stronger, more coherent. Every day, reality will reshape itself a little more to match the frequency of the God you have remembered yourself to be. The astral beings who have witnessed this awakening send you their recognition. The higher density intelligences who have watched over your journey send you their celebration. And across the vast, crowded, impossibly beautiful universe, a ripple of light is spreading. A ripple that began in this moment, in this activation, in the quiet, an extraordinary decision of one divine being to remember the truth. You are that being. You always were. Welcome home. Now, the ideas I discussed in this activation inspired this song. You may have heard it before. You can find it on my Spotify at the Brian Scott Musical Experience. You can find it at my second YouTube channel, the Brian Scott Musical Experience, where you can see videos for this and many other songs. So please enjoy Ancient Echoes.
Shadows whisper, it's too late. Heavy hearts and empty slate. Time like quicksand pulls me down, lost and never to be found. But something golden in my chest, something more than all the rest. Ancient echoes call my name. Nothing here is quite the same. Remember who you really are. Remember you're a burning star. Hidden fire, sacred light. You were born to burn so bright. Remember, remember. Dreams like ghosts fade in the dark. Wounds that left their question mark. Mirror shows a stranger's eyes, but underneath the truth still lies. Something vast and something true, something only known by you. Ancient echoes call my name. Nothing here is quite the same. Remember who you really are. Remember you're a burning star. Hidden fire, sacred light. You were born to burn so bright. Remember, remember. Before the world told you no, before you learned to let things go, there was magic in your bones, power written in your stones. You are more than what you see. You are all you'll ever need. Remember who you really are. Remember you're a burning star. Hidden fire, sacred light. You were born to burn so bright. Remember what you came here for. Remember you are so much more. Remember, you remember. The one who dreams is dreaming still. Always was and always will. And always will.
Before I go, I want to invite you to join the Reality Revolution community. If you want to take your awakening journey to the next level, then join our community at www.school.com, skool.com/reality revolution. You can find the link in the description. We have weekly group coaching events, masterminds, networking, exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else, audiobooks you can't find anywhere else, and so much more. Training modules that can help expand your understanding of these teachings. I can't wait to meet you and talk with you there. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution. I am so excited to finally announce our newest event, 4 days in Maui, Hawaii, the ultimate timeline shift. This is a completely new event. It's not like the other events we've done. This is 4 days instead of 3. This is an advanced workshop. We will open activating your pineal gland. We will awaken energy centers. We will do the bliss body meditation. We will meet the higher self, quantum jump into your dream life. You'll meet your future self. You will learn how to navigate this new version of you, connect to your quantum heart, remember your future. We will discuss large sums of money, love, and we will activate the new earth. This is a more advanced version of our initial workshops that we've done. We're holding the event at the Maui Westin, which I'm so excited about. I've stayed there like 6 times. It's one of my favorite hotels in Maui, right there on Kaanapali Beach. As soon as we're done, you can go out and enjoy the most amazing beach right there off the hotel. It's beautiful. The sunsets are amazing. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and it was my dream to hold an event here. And so this is going to be a very special experience. We have booked a limited number of rooms that you can get on a discount, and there is an early bird pricing at $997 for 4 days. That's amazing. So now is the time to get a ticket. I hope to see you there. I know that I've talked to many of you that are excited to come to this event. I want to combine the incredible peace and high vibration of Maui with these immersive meditative experiences into what will be the most profound transformational experience of your entire life. I can't wait to see you there. Once again, the event will be in Maui, Hawaii at the Maui Westin on May 14th through the 17th. The link is www.brianscottlive.com/May-2026.